Hello. Are you ready for chapter 1, which is technically chapter 2 because we started with chapter 0. It's like we got some binary going on here. Oh, am I even online? Give me a sec, I need to confirm. Hey! I made 600 followers! Woo! Congrats to me! 600 followers on Hitbox. I made 600 followers! Woo! No! Congrats. There's another one of me! Alright, I kicked him out. Only one wolf allowed here. He needs permission. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead. Okay, we need to turn off this pink hair. Okay, so I get it. Pink hair wins. Pink hair wins. Alright. End. Previously on Heroes, Rise asked us if we wanted to enroll in an all-girls school. Now let's find out how that's gonna happen. Let me make sure. Okay, there. Alright, we're good. Let me know if the audio bounce is bad. I can't sleep. Ugh. I was wide awake as the dawn drew near. There was no comparing the bed. I was into the worn-out mattress from my cheap old apartment. Sorry about that pause. Even so, I couldn't sleep a wink. I still can hardly believe it, though. I had been living in this room for several days now, but I still felt like I was living in a dream. I was in a dorm in I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but Vincennes Private Girls Academy. The Thousand Leaves Dormitory. That reminds me of Thousand Arms, which I never beat. It was a complete woman's paradise, with the teachers and staff all female. I stuck out like a sore thumb. Why had they let me stay there then? I have a feeling Rise is like the daughter of the headmaster. There was a reason for that, of course. Without even thinking about it, the events of that night came flooding back to me. The night we met. Rise-san's words. Her smile as she said them. Oh, is this a flashback? We looked at the schedule and found that the last bus had left much earlier, so we began walking instead. We were heading towards Vincennes Girls Academy. Yeah, that was a weird translation. It was a 30-minute trip by bus, so it was no easy walk. And it was in the mountains, so the trek was mostly uphill. Even so, I was filled with such a curious sense of exhilaration. The task didn't feel tiring at all. It became colder as night passed on, but even that was strangely pleasant in its way. I'm fine. Are you okay, Rise-san? Her smile was dazzling. I couldn't take my eyes off her. Walking side by side with her like this, I couldn't shake the thought that fate had played a role in our meeting. I hope you're not talking about me. The right type of man? What is that supposed to mean?
ただ、そんな男子、どこでどうやって見つければいいか 分かったものではないでしょ。それであてもなく歩き回っていたんだけど、そんなの効率が悪いに決まっているわよね。しかも条件は極めて厳しいわ。人柄は前提として今年から入学できる人でなければいけないんですもの。正直言って私としてもそんな人がそうそういるとは思えなかった。
You should probably explain yourself here.
今回ばっかりは私もダメかと思ったわ。今日なんかガルディエンヌにも追われてしまうし。
The Guardian? How do you even pronounce that?
さっきの4人組のこと、あの人たち実は学校の守衛さんなのよ。
Oh, the quote-unquote men. That's right. Oh. That explained why they spoke so politely. Right up until they thought I was a pervert. But why was school security after you?
私が不良だから。要するに校則に反して学校の外に出ていたから。春休みが始まる前は学校側にも認められていたんですけれどね。
The school did?
けれど学校側が設けた期限は3学期いっぱいだった。だから今は校則違反ということになってしまったの。最初はバレなかったんですけれどね。今日とうとう見つかってしまって、それであんなシーンを演じていたというわけ。ほんと疲れたわよ。バスに乗ろうとしたらやってくるんですもの。いきなりマラソンが始まってしまったわ。
A marathon? You ran all the way from school to the station? That's amazing.
私も必死だったから。バレたということはもう活動ができなくなることを意味するわ。であれば計画はそこで頓挫する。私は諦めたくなかったの。とにかく最後の最後までは。
The school approved at first, which means your plan has some connection to the school, right? So, what is your plan?
学校の変革。
Reforming the school?
バンセンヌが女子校ということはマサヤさんもご存知ね。実は今、
Oh.
共学にするという話が持ち上がっているの。
Co-educational? I was shocked. That would be a huge chance even for a normal school. And Vincennes was a school with such a long history.
なぜそんな話になったかというと、生徒数が減ってしまったから。けど男子を入れれば単純計算で倍になるわね。私の祖母が理事長だから個人的にも聞くことがあるのだけど、経営が厳しいらしいのよ。端的に言ってバンセンヌは経営難なの。
Oops. Financial problems. Well, the threshold does seem high.
敷居？
There's a high entrance fee, right? That limits you to people who can afford to go.
そういうことらしいの。校舎も建て替えて財務も悪化している。とにかく従来のやり方ではいずれ立ち行かなくなるという。
Oops.
はっきりしているのになお変えられないというのはきっと伝統校としてのプライドのせいなんでしょ
So
う
I
ね。
accidentally used the mouse wheel, and it'll skip text even you haven't read before, so it's kind of annoying. Is there even a setting to fix that? Allow skipped unread text. No, it's not even on. Whatever.
理事会は紛糾を続けた。もちろん理事はみんな心情としてはバンセンヌの伝統を守りたいわ。でも厳しい現実というものがある。もしもバンセンヌが将来消えるようなことになったらそれは最悪だもの。学校の変革はいわば事前の策よね。原理主義者はそんなもの許せない。けれど現実路線を取ろうという人も当然いる。それで実に数年も揉めていたのだけど、とうとうある日 理事長が裁断を下したの。それは見学の精神に立ち返るというもの。理事長は席上こう言ったそうだわ。理事会の対立は数年に及び、もはやこの場において結論を見出すことは不可能なようです。そこでこの問題は生徒自身の手に委ねることにしましょうと。
Leave it to the students?
バンセンヌの見学の精神、それは自主、独立、自尊。
In other words, make decisions yourselves.
もともとミッションが設立した学校だから、そういうフロンティア精神は尊ばれているの。
A mission? You mean like special ops?
作戦？いえ、この場合は宣教団ということ。バンセンヌってキリスト教系だから。
Oh.
もうとっくにミッションの手から離れているけどね。それはともかく、理事長の裁断が正式に承認されて、早速具体案が検討されたの。見学の精神は結構ですけれど、いきなり共学の是非を生徒に問われても困惑するしかないでしょ。
Yeah, I guess that's true.
だいたい前期からの生徒ともなると、男性というと父親や兄弟しか見たことがないなんて人もザラだわ。
That's amazing. They had never seen a man before. Boyfriends would be totally out of the question.
それでは判断しようもないでしょ。そこで期間限定、規模も限定、要するにお試しみたいな形の共学を始めることにしたの。
I see. I was starting to get the picture.
ただそうは決めたものの、理事でもある校長先生が強硬な反対派で、そのために計画は骨抜きにされてしまったわ。
She watered it down?
だって学校でそうと決めたなら正式に募集をかけるのが当然でしょ。でもそれはしないというのだから。
If there's no formal application, how could boys get in?
それが私がしていたことというわけ。
Ah, so you were like the scout, Ryusei-san. So that's what she meant by the right type of man.
そう、それで相手に話が早く通じるようわざわざ制服を着たりしてね。でも校長ったらひどいのよ。なんて言ったと思う？そこまで生徒に任せるなら男子も生徒が見つければいいですって。あんまりだわ。でも押し切られてしまった以上仕方がないわ。みんなひるんでしまった中、私は真っ先に手を挙げたの。なぜって私は改革派だから。
Ryusei-san, you want the school to integrate?
ええ、私はバンセンヌを愛しているわ。だから卒業した後もずっと残っていてほしい。
I see. There was an old saying, eagles don't catch flies. I've never heard of that saying before. What does that mean? It was certainly a noble sentiment, but to adhere to that even in continued decline was a different matter entirely. A painful reform or a slow death. Ryusei-san had chosen the former.
校門が見えてきたわ。
Hey, we made it. Oh, finally. Since we've been talking the whole way, the long trip seemed to pass in no time.
今言った通り、学校に通える期間は限定なの。もちろん共学という結論になれば引き続き卒業まで通えるけれど、それでもいいかしら。
By limited, how long do you mean?
その1年なの。 年度末にグラン
Oh,
デ
we
ボ
can
ー
click
ト
on that.
総選挙があって
Oh, you can see the mouse. Does that guy?
Does
Does that annoy you guys? Sorry, I thought I turned it off. The end of the year vote for student council president. Okay. One year. I can put my mouse outside the screen, actually. It was really short. I still had 2 years of school before graduation. But that was only if the school voted against integration. There was still hope. But more importantly, if I refused, I would have to say goodbye to Rise-san now. Okay, who would refuse? Are they gonna give us the choice? They're probably not. I would leave Tsurugigaoka behind, go to live with my mother, and probably never see her again. I couldn't stand that though. I wasn't gonna let it end here. Overwhelmed by that feeling, I nodded. Okay, I accept those terms.
本当にいいの？
Yeah, it's still better than my current situation. I wasn't even exaggerating. Man, voice cracking is ridiculous.
ありがとう。私本当に嬉しいわ。
She placed a hand on her chest and let out a deep sigh. Whoa, she's crying. Then she looked up at me. Her eyes appeared dewy in the moonlight. I couldn't believe that my decision had made someone this happy. That realization sent a new surge of happiness welling up inside of me.
なぜかしら。
Night, we to go. Goodbye. Hmm?
やっぱり助けてもらったからかな。私、あなたを見た瞬間から、この人しかいないって思っていて。
The peacock effect. My favorite.
本当、よかった。
Not that again. These cheesy transitions.
はい？
Oh, it's... I decided not to mention my vague feeling of deja vu, and instead brought up another subject. But are you sure you won't get any trouble from the goons? I don't think those guys are gonna give up until they get what I owe them.
まあ大丈夫でしょう。バンセーヌは結構セキュリティはしっかりしているわ。何しろ女性しかいないことだし。それにガルディエーノを味方にすれば頼りになるから、あんな二人組きっとなんてことはないでしょう。
I see. I'm glad to hear that.
じゃ、行きましょう。こんな嬉しい気持ちで帰ってこられるなんて、ガルディエーヌに追われた時は夢にも思わなかったわ。
When we arrived at the gate, a different guardian? Maybe it's just guardian spelled weird. Guardian appeared. Rise-san explained the situation, and they let us pass without issue. Wow, the cherry trees are beautiful.
ええ、本当に。
If this were a public park, it would surely have people coming from all over for night viewings of the trees. That's how beautiful they were.
この桜はね、バンセンヌの名物の一つなの。4月になると緊張でいっぱいの新入生をここで出迎えてくれるんだわ。
This is Princess Evangile. Gile. I don't know. Whichever. Wow.
マサヤさんも言ってみれば新入生よね。
The flowers in full bloom did seem like they were here to meet me. I had spent the entire year running away from people. But now, there was a place that wanted me. That made me so happy. Risi-san walked around to stand in front of me and held out her right hand.
今夜はあなたと出会えて本当によかった。
And it wasn't just a place. Right now, right in front of me, there was a person who wanted me to be here. I gritted my teeth. Gritted? Is that a word? I guess. To keep from trembling with joy, and reached out to take her hand.
万仙路へようこそ。
Give me 1 sec. Okay, sorry about that. Something came up, but I'm back. Okay. No. Apparently I'm still sleeping.
もしかして寝坊かしら。 まさやくん、入りますよ。あ、やっぱり。まさやくん、起きてください。もう時間ですよ。
Oh. Just oh. It's a nun.
初日から遅刻ですか？感心しませんね。
I don't want none of this. Standing in front of me was the dorm